how to include special characters in strings. Sometimes you may want to add special characters like an apostrophe or a new line, etc. in strings. But the problem is when you print a text like "he said, what's there?" it gives an error. It says invalid syntax. This is due to the fact that the print statement takes double quotes and then what's there is also written in double quotes. So to combat this error, the simplest way to print this statement would be to use triple quotes. So we write triple quotes, "he said, what's there?" What's there will be written in double quotes. So you can distinguish between the print statement and part which is to be in double quotes. You can also do this by using escape sequence. Escape sequence usually begin with a backslash and is interpreted differently. If we use a single quote to represent a string, all the single quotes inside the string must be escape. Similar is the case with double quotes. Here is how it can be done to represent the about text. So we write "he said" and then the backslash, and then we write "what's there" in double quotes. But before ending the double quotes, we write another backslash. So when we print this, we get a proper "he said, what's there." What's there will be in double quotes. Another example is when we want to print something on a new line. So the escape sequence for printing a string on a new line is /n. Suppose we have a string as such. So this sentence is composed of two sentences. And now that we print this sentence, you can see that it all is there is no gap between the sentences. To print the second sentence on the new line, we just add /n within the string after the first sentence. And now when we print that sentence, we get the second sentence on the new line. The next example is using tab space in a string. So if I want a string with tab space in between, which is 4 spaces, so I'll just write /t in this string. So example is, now I have a string p is equal to name : Larissa. So if I print this string, it just gives it as it is. And now I want to put a tab space after name. So I want it to be name : and then the tab space and then my name. So I write /t after the colon and print it, and I get name : and then a tab space, which is 4 spaces, and then my name. Another example is writing apostrophe. So if I want to print "what's her name," and I use single quotes. So single quotes, "what's her name." So /s will be considered as an invalid syntax. In order to prevent this error, we can write a backslash just before the apostrophe, and then when we print, we get "what's her name." On the simpler route would be to just print and use double quotes for the print statement and use the single quotes within the print statement, so that you are alternating between the two different quotes. And you can also use the triple quotes. So you have option of using 3 different quotes within the print statement, so that there is no syntax error. But the problem with using 3 different quotes is keeping the order of the quotes in mind. And hence escape sequences are the best way you can use special characters in string. Another problem is when you're using backslash. Suppose I want to print the path directory C : users and Larissa. So if I directly print here, it will give me an error. It gives us Unicode error. So In order to avoid this error, we have to write double slash. So C colon double slash users. So wherever you're using backslash, there you have to double it up so that Python interpreter knows that it is not an escape sequence and that you actually want to print the backslash. Another simple way would be to have the normal print statement with the same single backslash, but all you have to do is append a small or a capital R in front of the string to make it a raw string. So these are all the ways in which you can use special characters in Python strings, and we have seen all the ways in which to avoid errors and how to use escape sequences.